So let's start with a prayer of ultimate refuge. I'll also put it in the chat. So I take refuge in the expansive space, primal awareness, and unconfined compassion, which is the nature of everyone's mind, for the sake of all. So when I say I'm not of the world, I mean I am of that world. I'm seeking to always remember that I'm of the expanse of space, primal awareness, and unconditioned compassion. That's what I'm of. And so just finding a seat that feels nourishing to you today. Could be in a chair and a cushion. May also be laying down, if that's what your body is needing. We're going to try to stay alert and awake, but also letting our bodies have what they need in a posture that feels most nourishing. You can send your gaze slightly downward or keep your eyes wide open, perhaps as they are in your day-to-day life. Or if what feels more true for you today, you're welcome to close them. And this posture of yours, both of the body and of your eyes, can serve as an anchor for you or coming back to at any point during the meditation and any point during life, really, as a point of connection, point of grounding, and a reminder of the power that you do hold at every moment. You can open your eyes anytime. You can close your eyes anytime. You can shift your posture at any time. And in this space, we'll find our breath. Sometimes it's helpful to make it a marked breath, a deep inhale and perhaps an audible exhale. It's like, oh, yeah, there it is. There's that breath. And from there, letting it settle in its natural pace and rhythm, allowing that breath to breathe you. And perhaps today you're able to notice the depth of your breath, maybe even in your abdomen. And if not, no worries. But if so, Just allowing the breath to nourish the deepest parts of this body. And so you can hang out in the space of simply being breathed, being drawn into oneness with the breath for the rest of the practice. This is it, nothing else to do. Anytime you notice your mind wandering off or another experience hijacking your awareness, you can just simply come on back to the rhythm of the breath, the rise and fall of your belly. And if you find it helpful, you can use touch. You can take your hand and place it on your chest or place it on your belly. That's just another way to connect the experience of the body with the experience of the breath, with the experience of being in this world, while perhaps not of it. And in the spaciousness of our body and our breath, perhaps our mind, we can bring to mind any and all connections to love and compassion that are easily available to you. Perhaps this is in the form of a benefactor, or two, or 10, somebody who, spoken or unspoken, directly or indirectly in your life, has been a source, a messenger of pointing out to a deep level of acceptance, love, compassion. Maybe it's through their words or their touch or just by the way that they move through the world. Maybe it's a spiritual benefactor, formal or informal teacher, guide, mentor, coach. Allow that field of care to be present right now, here with you and around you. And as such, let yourself be enveloped in that radiance through and through. Basking in that field. Every inch of you seen and held in deep care. Steeping in that warmth beyond any judgment. Every part of you loved.
Carrie, what are you doing, honey?
Every part of you held. This deep acceptance, deep care. Allowing yourself to experience right now, in this moment, with their presence, what it feels like to be of that world. accepting these loving qualities into your whole body, your heart, your mind, into every thought and sensation and experience that arises from it. And now let this loving space remain in the background while you bring to mind what breaks your heart. Maybe a person or a group whose suffering deeply touches your heart. Maybe something near or far. Sensing into the suffering, sensing into what it must feel like in their heart and mind. Taking the time to be with, to be in relationship with. The pain, the terror, the fear, and any other nuances of the suffering that comes to mind, of the suffering that comes to your heart as you're with the dear ones whose experience deeply touches your heart. And allow this feeling of loving empathy, this being with, being in relationship with, this turning toward, to inform the energy of the wish of compassion. This wish for them to be free, free of suffering and causes of suffering. Allowing this wish to infuse their whole body and their whole world and this healing power of love and compassion. You can even imagine that this radiance supports them in their process of becoming free of distress and suffering, each in their own way. And you might be able to even access a kind of relief knowing that is the case. All the while remaining in relationship with your field of care, in relationship with that body and breath. And let the strong, compassionate wish and radiant energy now extend to all beings seen and unseen, who may be experiencing suffering. Infusing their whole body, their whole being, their whole world and its healing power. am being of that world. And I release all frameworks of this practice, frameworks of worry and concern, and become naturally wide open like space. Letting everything be. And as you find your ground beneath you, you gently open your eyes if they've been closed and orient to the space around you and the space in front of you. Just taking a moment to take in take in the space of what feels like sometimes straddling multiple worlds. Perhaps one is within the other, perhaps one is in the other or of the other, whatever feels true and orienting to you.